want to thank everyone for coming today. I'm going to give you a brief discussion and example of dog massage. Now, a little bit on my credentials is I have taken classes in pet massage, and I've also taught classes in pet massage. And I've worked as a director of a humane society, as well as a kennel manager and a vet assistant. So, pet massage is a therapeutic massage. Well, first I'm going to give you a quote, excuse me. Therapeutic massage is recognized as one of the primary forms of hands-on healing the world over, with most cultures having developed specific techniques for purposes both therapeutic and pleasurable. And that was Dr. Cheryl Shorts. And also, Dr. Michael Fox, who, if you're familiar with the HSUS, is affiliated with them, in his book Healing Touch, says you could almost call it an essential of healthcare, like grooming, feeding, and exercise. Now, if you think about it, one of our most basic reactions when we're injured is to rub the area. If we're hurting, if you stub your toe, you rub your toe, your arm.
Right.
And therapy and petting is also touching, but you can almost call massage petting with a purpose. So, first thing you want to do is, believe it or not, you ask permission from your dog. And if it's not your dog, the owner. And that might sound silly, and I thought it was kind of silly the first time I heard it. And I had a Sheltie at the time, Foxy. And you really need to watch the dog's reaction. Foxy let me know she did not want a massage because she jumped down off the massage table and ran into her kennel. And I said, there's a lesson in how the dog says no. Okay, so first I'm going to say, Chopper, can I give you a massage? And Chopper's always willing to have a massage, aren't you? You like massages, don't you? Now you want to start out with just basically some overview of your dog. Just some strokes. And another benefit of the massage is it allows you to get hands-on on your dog to notice if there's any growths or bumps or bugs or anything like that. So we just do some quick strokes. And then you start at the head. Back up, buddy. Okay. Now, Chop, there's a lot of acupressure points in the dog's mouth. And if you're comfortable, you can actually go under their lips. And if your dog is comfortable with it. He doesn't really like that too much. So I do the outsides. And you try to do little short circles. Yeah. He doesn't like his mouth done very much. But he loves the ears. Now, there's also a pressure point right here in the ear that can help relax your dog. And you'll notice a lot of times if you rub your dog right in there, they're like, oh yeah. So we do some little quick strokes in there. And basically it's petting with intention, I think would be the best way to describe it. And just some firm, but not too firm strokes. About the weight of, like if you were petting your dog. Now, some dogs, if there's a sensitive area, and this is where it gets a little, as some people would say, woohoo. But if you watch the Dog Whisperer or any shows like that, you will notice that your energy affects your dog. If you're hyper, your dog's going to be hyper. If you're calm, then your dog picks up on that. So sometimes there's times where you actually don't put your hands on the dog when you're doing massage. Say if he had a cut or if he just had surgery. I would just run my hands, and you can actually feel the heat, or in other words, the energy coming off of him. Yeah. Now, another good thing about this, and he needs his nails trimmed terribly, and Mommy's been remiss, is it gets them used to having their paws handled. As you can probably tell, he doesn't much like that, but it's a good way to get them used to having their paws handled. So when you go to trim, it's not as traumatic. And I'm just doing short little strokes, kind of like you're lightly kneading bread if you've ever cooked bread. Now there's a thing called the abdominal lift where you just reach under and hook your fingers together and lightly pull up. And that's kind of stretching the muscles in there. And it can also help sometimes if they have an upset tummy to do some gentle massaging back here. Now, my usual classes when I would teach them would last 4 hours, so obviously this is just a very quick demo massage. But you work on down, and again do the toes. And something that a lot of people find funny is you actually do a tail pull. You don't jerk on it, you just pull. And I don't know if you can see, but he's actually leaning into it. And that pulls all the muscles down their back strap here and allows them to relax. And you can go back to your head. And you should also use this opportunity to check their teeth and see if there's any tartar, or they might need a dental. And dental health to dogs is just as important as it is to humans. It can cause kidney infections and things like that. If they're getting infections in their gums, it goes right into their bloodstream. But it's a good way to bond with your dog as well. And if they've been out running or something, it stimulates blood circulation, and it helps the muscles as well.
He obviously loves it.
Yes, he... And like I said, usually a massage would last about, depending on the dog and how they're reacting, sometimes they'll let you know, I'm done. And by simply walking away or something like that. Other times they'll let you go on as long as you want to. But when you're done, you do what's called grounding strokes, which is just strokes all the way down the legs and down their body, and another little tail pull. And then you say, thank you, Chopper. Thank you. I hope you like that.
Do you think Chuckles would let you do that?
Sure. Chucky. If somebody else get out of the way. But that is your brief 5-minute demo massage. And if you have any other questions or anything, I'll be glad to answer them in just a minute.